Okay, so welcome to Climate Stack Game. I'm just going to show you roughly how to play the game. So at the beginning you choose how many players you have that you want to play with, obviously from 3 to 6. So for this demo I'm just going to show you 3. You can pick which players you want to play, which colours, or you can choose the random button which will select them for you. So it's chosen transport, shops and green spaces for this example. So if you press the space bar or you just click, and it will say, oh, it's the red player's turn and the dice roll. So you can either have 1, 2, or you can have a stack, which means you can put one on top of another player. So I'll put the red one there, and to end the turn I'm going to press space first, and then press space to roll the dice, and then you can see now it's the orange player's turn. They can choose a space and they get to put one piece down. I've ended my turn, press space again, and it's the green player's turn to roll. They get one place, and keep pressing space, you get different turns. I'm just trying to find the example where you get 2, but it's not showing. Okay, so here you get a stack, which means I can put a red on top of an orange and that will become an orange piece. Now, once you've played it for a while, you can see that the different scores appear on the right, and this is how good they are for different groups of people. So because we've got lots of transport, lots of shops and lots of green spaces, they would be good for students, pregnant people and elderly people and asylum seekers, but it might not be quite as good for job seekers who are looking for industry. So if you click on one of these different individual groups, it will give you a little lowdown of what kind of things will make it good for a job seeker. So obviously they want good transport, there's too many shops for them, good amount of green spaces. So if you click on a different group, so let's say pregnant, obviously they want transport, shops, and so this gives you a score of how well you're doing for these specific people groups. So let's win the game. So I get to put 2 down because it says 2. Green goes here, red goes here, and orange, green. Okay, so green is now 1, so you can see that it's got 5 in a row. All the rest go transparent, so it's obvious who's won, and you have a final score. If you're playing with different industries, so if I just quickly show you the reset button as well, so if you hold this down, it will restart the application. Let's try it with 6 players. This includes all of the different spheres that we're representing with the pieces. And you can press, so let's start the game. So we get 2, so 2s will come up more often when you're playing, I think. So I'm just going to show you this for the sake of showing you that the scores will get a bit better. So let's just put a bit of everything down. I'm just doing it randomly at the moment. Okay, so you can see now the scores are much higher because there's a selection of different types of there's a bit of industry, a bit of shops, there's a bit of transport, and there's a bit of green links. And so you can see how the abundance of different things are good for these people, and that's how the score is generated, based on how many things there are near to other things. So green spaces, community, industry, transport links, and shops, and housing. Obviously people need to live in houses. So there you go. And so when you've won, you can analyze your game, see why they were good for different people groups. Okay, hope this explained it well to you. Okay, bye. Okay, one last thing is also you can play this game in a free creative mode, which is basically where you can experiment with just placing down tiles just to see how they affect the world. So if you press enter, and it says it here just to make it clear, oh, there we go. You can select all the industries that you want and press enter. Okay, now you can click on the different regions, the different types, and you can put as many down as you want. And this is more just to play around with the simulation on the right. And you can do this in any order you want, and you can play around to try and get a really good score, or just design a configuration for yourself. So now you can see how the score is different based on what's going on, and I think you can still stack. Yeah, you can stack as much as you like. And you can see how the scores change. Okay, if you press escape, you go back to the delete one, so you can take ones off. So it should be pretty clear, but if you go there to the big X, you can just delete as you please. So this is kind of like more to do with a simulation rather than the actual playing of the game. Or if you're playing the game in a physical sense and you want to use this game just to work out your scores and stuff, then you can do that too. Okay.